So what's up, guys? I'm John. I'm the founder and CEO of Tier 5, which is a software firm that has built all these different softwares. One of these softwares being TextinBulk that you're seeing on my screen. And the purpose of this video is essentially to do a comprehensive explainer of TextinBulk, its current functionality, what you're able to do with it, and some future plans on it. And then also to open it up for Q&A. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask, you can ask those at any time. So essentially, to give you a high-level overview of TextinBulk, what it is and what it does, is it is an automated marketing platform. So it allows you to do SMS, text message marketing. It allows you to do email marketing, and it also allows you to do phone marketing. Okay, so I'm just going to log into the software. You can look on our website, and you can see a lot of the different features that are listed there. Even though the website isn't technically beautiful or anything like that, you can get a lot of useful information as far as all the different features and functionalities in the software. The best way to really approach it is just to go ahead and log into the software. So I'm gonna log into the software, and if I could get somebody on the meeting just to give me, because I'm gonna do a comprehensive demo and essentially show you the software in action, show you it working. If I could get somebody just to give me some type of area code in the U.S., like some area code for some place in the U.S. Like, what's your local? Anybody in their local area?
505 will work.
505. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, this allows you to do text message marketing, like live phone calls, pre-recorded phone calls, IVRs, emails. So in order to do text message marketing or phone calls, you need a phone number. So we're gonna search one in that 505 area code that you gave me. So I see all these different 505 area codes. So 505 area code, I'm just gonna search and see where this is from. This is from New Mexico, all right? So I'm gonna go in and buy this phone number right here. This phone number costs me $1 a month. So we use Twilio as the back-end service provider to provide all the data. What I like to tell people is you can consider TextinBulk an iPhone, and you can consider Twilio to be AT&T or Verizon, all right? So there is plenty of stuff you can do with your iPhone if you don't have AT&T or Verizon as a data carrier, but one of those things does not make phone calls or send text messages, all right? So in order for you to make phone calls or send text messages, you need a data plan for your iPhone. So TextinBulk is the iPhone. Twilio is the service provider that actually provides the services that allow you to send out the text messages. So they have their own pricing that they charge. It's very, very competitive. They're almost the lowest on the market. They are not the lowest on the market, but they're close to the lowest on the market. But they are the most stable. They are the most well-known, and they are the most used. They have better servers. They have better uptime, better reliability than everybody else. All right. So
you said iPhone. Does it work on an Android too, or will an Android do it on its own?
So I was just using a metaphor I was just saying it as a metaphor so that you can understand what TextinBulk is, okay? So TextinBulk will work on an iPhone, it will work on an Android, it will work on your computer. But TextinBulk needs a data provider. If you want to send out text messages or if you want to make phone calls, you need a data provider, what they're called SIP providers, that provide the phone number and provide the actual VoIP connection. So we use Twilio for the data provider. TextinBulk is like, you can go buy an iPhone, but you can't make phone calls until you stick a SIM card in, an AT&T SIM card. So you can use TextinBulk to do several things, but if you want to make phone calls or send text messages, you got to put a SIM card in. You got to essentially link up your Twilio account. All right. But even still, all our competitors, what they do, they use Twilio as the back end. Twilio charges, let's say, 1 cent per text message. Our competitors charge 25 cents per text message. So we just charge you for the iPhone. You plug in your Twilio credentials. You pay Twilio's rate. You don't have to pay 25 cents a text message like you do with our competitors. You just pay Twilio's rate of 1 cent per text message. So I essentially just went in and I bought this phone number right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a nice name. I'm going to give it a nice name so I know what it is. This is New Mexico. live demo. So this is a phone number for New Mexico live demo. That way when people text this phone number or they call this phone number, I can easily understand what lines that they're calling. Why you would do this is maybe you want to market for 5 different things. Maybe you have a graphic design business, maybe you have a coaching business, maybe you have an affiliate marketing business, maybe you want to have 5 different local numbers and you want to track, you know, hey, this number I have on this Facebook ad, this number I have on this Google ad, this number I have on my website, so you can actually see when people are calling what number they're calling, and it makes sense to you. I mean, if you have 10 different phone numbers, it's going to be hard for you to actually remember the actual phone numbers, what you're using that for. So we let you give a little nice name so that you actually understand what number is being called or what number is being texted. So I just bought that phone number. I gave it a nice name. I'm going to come in and configure it real quick. All right. When I configure it, I need to configure it for what will happen when I get incoming text messages, what will happen when I get incoming phone calls. So I'm going to configure incoming text messages. I have 3 different options. So I can use a static response. The static response means whenever somebody sends me a text message, I'm going to automatically reply back to them with a standard message like, we don't accept text messages, please call us. I'm just going to, every message that comes in, I'm going to send the same message out. All right. I can do a no response, meaning when people send me text messages, I won't automatically do anything. They'll have to be manually responded to, or I can use an auto response. An auto response means I can go and define an autoresponder, and I can define keywords, and whenever an incoming message comes in, that will get thrown to the autoresponder. The autoresponder will read the message. If it finds any of the keywords, it will automatically respond with your messages so that you don't physically have to respond. The software will do that. I'll show you that, and we'll set up the autoresponder later. So for right now, I'm just going to set up the no response number just so I can get incoming text messages. So I'm going to set that up, and I'm going to enable it. So now you can see with just 2 clicks of the button, now my phone number can get incoming text messages. All right. Now I want to get incoming phone calls as well. So I'm going to configure what happens when somebody calls my phone. And essentially whenever somebody calls my phone, I want to get calls right inside the browser. I want to answer them right inside the browser. So I'm going to enable this. If I'm not logged into the application, then I want to forward them to my cell phone. So if I'm not logged into the application to be able to answer phone calls in the browser, I want these phone calls to get forwarded out to my cell phone number. All right. So I'm going to set that up. And I'm going to turn on, all right. So now you have this option called instant call forwarding. What this will do is it will send the calls directly to your cell phone so that you don't have to answer them in the browser. They will never go to the browser. So why we have this is I have clients that use this platform to generate leads for their clients. They'll get a phone number and they'll run all the ads for their clients, and they have, let's say, 10 different clients, 10 different phone numbers, and they're in here using the platform, and they don't want to be receiving calls on all these different phone numbers. So what they'll do, like, for example, I've got a client and he generates leads for limo services all over Kentucky. So he'll get a phone number for a limo service, he'll run ads to them, and then he'll just put in the limo service's actual phone number, and he'll turn on instant call forwarding. That way he can be inside the platform using the platform and setting up new clients, setting up their campaigns and stuff, and not have to listen to all these incoming phone calls and hear the phone ringing. They just instantly get forwarded to his client's number. So now this is set up, I'm just going to enable him. So now my phone number that I just bought, within a minute, I bought a phone number. Now it can receive text messages. Now it can receive incoming phone calls. So now I've got this number configured. All right. So now that I've got this number configured, I want to send out text messages, or I want to make phone calls to people. So to do that, we need a list. So we can go in and actually create a list. I've got several lists already created. We can go in and actually create a list. And if we have our own list already, if we have our own customer file where we have all our own leads, all our own customers, because we've already been building a list over the last couple of years, we can go ahead and just import that right into the system. All right. We can add individual leads to this if we want. I can add an individual person to a list. I can add a whole file full of lists. And then we also have an Android application that you can download. And whenever you download that, you can just go to any of your lists and you can get this code right here. And you can import contacts from your cell phone right onto this list. So essentially you could have all your friends download the app, and you could give them all this code, and they can just put in the code in the app, and they could give all the contacts from their phone. They could all put their contacts right to your list so that you can contact them. All right?
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to pretend that I don't have a list already and I don't have anybody to call. So I've got a couple different options. If I don't have anybody to call, I've got a couple different options. One option is I've got a lot of different options to generate leads. So one thing I can do is I can generate leads who have recently registered a domain. So I'm going to go for yesterday, 5/8, and I'm going to look for people who registered a domain on 5/8, and I'm going to find people only who used a cell phone. So this is going to generate that lead list for me. Everybody in the United States that registered a domain yesterday and made it public information, I'm going to get their information. I'm going to get their name. I'm going to get the website that they registered. I'm going to get their phone number, and I'm going to get their email address. So now I can instantly contact these people. All right. Let's say I'm targeting businesses. So let's say New Mexico. So this is a demo list. So I'm gonna go, I need to find this 500 is Albuquerque. So it looks like 500 is Albuquerque. So I'm just gonna search in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And let's say I want to find dentists, or let's say I want to find realtors. All right, and I want to find car dealerships. All right, so now I'm gonna run this search right here. Now what this is going to do is this is going to go out to Google Business Places. This is going to go out to Google, and it's going to find all the businesses registered in Albuquerque, New Mexico that have a keyword realtor or have a keyword car dealerships. And it's going to build that list for me. And what I'll get is I'll get their website, I'll get their company name, and I'll get their phone number. And then I'll instantly be able to contact these people as well. So like I said, if I don't have a list, if I have a list, I can just go in and upload it into the system and start calling my current customers or my current leads. If I don't have a list, I can just use the lead generation tools right in the system, and it will go in and search. And it will take some time because you're going to get a lot of leads. So if you look, for example, at this 5/8 list that we just created, we've already got 56 leads on that list. So there's already 56 people that we've just generated. Now there's 61. So if we look, this other list is going to, here's that New Mexico demo. That's this list that we're generating right here of realtors and car dealerships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If we look at this list, there's already leads on it. We've already got 20 leads already. So I can already see that I've already got 26 leads that are businesses in Albuquerque, New Mexico that are either realtors or they're car dealerships. All right. So I've already generated these lead lists. All right. So something that you can do just to show you the power of this is I'm going to refresh this real quick. I'm going to select all these people real quick, and I'm going to send out a phone call real quick. All right. So I'm just going to come in and do a phone call. And I'm going to record some audio. So I can either upload an audio file that I have already. I can select from an audio template if I've recorded one in the past because I'm going to use it over and over. I can use an IVR, which is an options menu. We'll come back to the IVR later. But that options menu is they'll pick up the phone, they'll hear an audio, and they'll be prompted to press 1 or press 2 or press 3, and then they'll hear another audio and be prompted to press 1, or they'll get forwarded, or they'll receive a text message. It's an interactive voice response system, all right? Or I can record my audio. So I'm just going to go ahead and record my audio. Yeah, hey, sorry I'm calling so late. Actually, this is John, and I noticed that you had recently submitted one of my Facebook ads, and I didn't have a time to talk to you, so I just wanted to see. I know it's late, but do you have a couple minutes right now? So that's it. That's my audio. I'm going to play that back. Yeah, hey, sorry I'm calling so late. All right, so there's my audio. I'm going to pick this line right here, and I'm just going to create this phone call, and I'm going to send this phone call out. Now, this is going to take just a little bit of time because I'm sending this out to 27 and 35. I'm sending this out to essentially 60 people. So I'm making 60 automated phone calls right now, and that all just went out successfully. So now everybody on that list has just now got a phone call. Their phone's ringing right now. If they pick up the phone, they're going to hear that audio that I just responded. If they're interested in what I said, then they're going to call me back. If they're not, then they're not going to call me back. Now, if you use the IVR and you send out an IVR, then you can essentially really qualify the people that you're going to be connected to, because you can ask them, you can say, hey, I'm calling to see if you're interested in my digital marketing services. If this is something you're interested in, press 1. If you'd like to unsubscribe, press 2. And then they press 1, you can give them another message, you know, hey, this is John. I specialize in helping realtors get more buyer and seller leads. If you're interested in getting more buyer leads, press 1. If you're interested in getting more seller leads, press 2. And by the time they go through my options menu and they actually get forwarded to my phone call, they've already been qualified that they're qualified that they are actually interested in my service and they want to talk to me about my service, or they're just really, really pissed off and they're just like a really angry person and they just spent so much time pressing buttons to be able to get on the phone with me and yell at me and ask me how I got their phone number, and I'll just say, hey, I got it from your Google business listing. So if you're not interested, no problem, I won't call you back. All right. So I've essentially now just called all those people out, and I can see that this record has now completely finished. I had 62 people on that record, and I'm going to go refresh it and see how many people are on here now. Now I've got 297 people. So now I just generated 297 leads. You saw it just a few minutes in the software. I just targeted Albuquerque, New Mexico, because that's where my phone number's from. I targeted realtors. I targeted car dealerships, and look what I got back. I got back 297 leads just now. All right. So if I want to send them all a text message, I can just filter by cell phone. And now I got everybody that used a cell phone on their Google business. That's 107 people. I can just send them out a text message and just say, hey, is this company name? All right. And then I'm just going to send that out from there, and I'm going to send this out to them. Now I'm going to send out a text message to 100 people. They're now going to get a text message from me that just asks, hey, is this whatever they listed their company name on Google. This is also going to take just a minute or so to go in and actually process all these text messages. If I look over here, I can see now all these outgoing messages. Hey, is this Estrada Auto Sales? Hey, is this Auto Works? Hey, is this Mark's Casa Chevrolet? Hey, is this El Primo Auto Sales? All right, so I can see all those outgoing text messages, and then if people start texting me back, I can see a text message I just got back. This is an invalid number. Messages to this number are not deliverable, even if you don't receive this notice. So I can see I just got an incoming text message back from that guy. All right, this list is still generating over here. This is that domain leads list. It's still generating. So we're not done with lead generation yet. We have other ways to generate leads. We can generate geographic area leads. So if we just want to target a specific location, if we just want to target Nevada, we can just go target Nevada and get back all the phone numbers from Nevada. We have a direct integration with Facebook lead ads. So if you run Facebook lead ads and you have, those ads on Facebook and somebody clicks with your ad and it pops up the little lead form and the user puts in their information, as soon as they put in that information, they can be put into our system and you can put them on a campaign. I'll show you the campaigns in a second, but those campaigns are just like your drip campaigns. As soon as I add somebody to a campaign, send them an email. After 24 hours, send them a text message. After a week, send them a phone call. So you can create those types of campaigns. We support emails, text messages, and phone calls all inside the campaigns. All right. So you can get leads directly from Facebook lead ads, and then you can also get leads directly from your website right now. So we have this little widget management. What this little widget management allows you to do is, you look at this page that I showed you here, you see this button right here that says call or text us now. It allows you to create those buttons. So that button is not in this account, but it allows you to go in and actually create this button that you see right here. Although this button is not actually created from this account right here, you're able to go in and actually manage these different, widgets. Now, once you create this widget, you're gonna get a little line of code that you just install on your website, and you're gonna get this button on your website that you can completely configure however you want. A user clicks it, they just put in their phone number, and they request that you call them, or they request that you text them, either right now, or they can pick a time according to your business hours. You can go in and set your business hours. They can pick, hey, call me at this day at 6 a.m., put in their phone number and hit this call button. And at 6 a.m., your sales agent gets a call that says, hey, you've got a scheduled call with this lead. Press 1 to talk to them. They press 1. You two are connected together. If you look, I'm getting a phone call right now. So I'm getting a phone call right now to that New Mexico live demo. Hello, this is John.
What do you want?
Hey, Donna, actually, I don't want anything. Sorry about that. I was actually just doing a demo of some software, and you were my test subject, so sorry to bother you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day. So you see, this is just literally, where did this person come from? Here's another one that's calling and being forwarded. This is being forwarded. So this call is being forwarded to my cell phone, because as I was on the phone with Donna, somebody else was calling my phone and I didn't answer, so it got forwarded to my cell phone. So, which I listed my Skype number. So you can see this is Donna. She just came from that New Mexico demo. She just came, literally, I just generated this person right on this live demo. I generated this lead, sent her out a phone call, sent her out a text message, and then she literally just called me back. I answered everything right inside the platform. I can go in and see that phone call is going to be over here where she just called in. I go look at all these phone calls. I'll see, here's that incoming phone call. Here's the call recording. If I just click on it, I'll see all Donna's information here that I have. There's Donna. I can see the initial phone call that I sent her. I can see the text message. I can see that she replied to me, who are you? I can see that she called me. I can listen to our conversation here because all the calls are recorded. I can go in and send her out a text message. I did send her the text message from the wrong phone number. I sent it from the Chicago phone number, and I had been sending it to her from this. I can go ahead and call her if I want to have a call with her right now. I can just call her right back. Now I'm calling her, so I'm just going to hang up. I can schedule a follow-up, so I can schedule a follow-up call for 3 days later. I can schedule a follow-up text message for 3 days later. I can go in and edit her and add her name, add her email address. So if I add her email address in here and then save this, then I'll be able to send her an email. Now that I save that, I'll actually be able to go in and send her out an email. I'll have an option to be able to email her. As you see now, I can go in and actually send her out an email now. And if I want to follow up with her, I'll now have the option to follow up with an email. So I can follow up with a call, an email, or an SMS. Now I don't have to worry about missing anything. Like if I promise to email her tomorrow with some more information, or if I promise to call her tomorrow with some more information, I don't have to worry about missing that deadline because the software will automate all that and do all that for me, okay? I can leave a note. I can come in and actually leave a note about her if I want and just say, you know, she was angry or left a voicemail. Do whatever I want. I can leave a note about her so that only I have access to this information, and I have access to this information. Nobody else is actually going to see it. You see there's a note there. It's just me. It's a personal note for me. I can copy her from one list to another. So if she's on a cold lead list, I can move her from a cold lead list to a hot lead list. I can move her to a do not disturb list. I can have her on 2 different lists if she's interested in 2 of my services. So I'm going to market to her to 2 different things, or I can just move her from cold to hot. I can assign her. So I can go in this platform. I can have sub-users. Let's say I have 4 salespeople that are working for me. So I can go in and assign her to one of my sub-users. I can say, hey, I don't have any sub-users here, but if I did, I could go in and assign her to one of my sub-users and say, hey, you're in charge of this person, and my sub-user would be able to get her. And I can add her to a campaign, that drip sequence that I had. You know, I've got a drip sequence where when I add them to a campaign, they get a phone call on the first day, an email on the second day, a text message on the third day. So I can add her to a campaign. So you can see how useful this is. I can see the entire activity that we've had together to know more about her. If I go back to my text messages here, I can see here's all the incoming text messages. You can see I've got quite a bunch of them since we've been on this phone call. So since we've been on this phone call, I've got quite a lot of text messages since we've been on this phone call. This is a couple seconds ago when I just started. So you see I've got all these different text messages as a response to that lead list. So this lead list is still generating. If I go look at this lead list for domain leads, people who registered a domain yesterday, I've already got 694 leads on that list. These are people who just literally registered a domain. So let me show you something else. Let me show you a feature of the autoresponder, and then I'll actually show you the autoresponder. I'm going to go in, and I think I've got an autoresponder set up. Let me see if I have an autoresponder set up. You know what? Shit. You know what? I'm in the wrong account. I'm totally not even in my account. Somebody gave me their user account earlier to see if I could help them with a problem. I'm totally in somebody else's account. So not good. I just called a bunch of people from somebody else's account. No big deal. So let me generate that list over here as well, 5.8, and just look for people who register a domain on 5.8, only cell phone peoples, and we can submit that. Now that I submitted that and I'm actually in the right account, I can show you some of this other stuff, all right? I can show you some of this other stuff so that you can understand some of this other stuff. So we went through buying a phone number. We went through configuring a phone number. Now, when you configure a phone number, you've got a lot of other different options, okay? You can configure an IVR. So you can have a professional options menu like you hear whenever you call Chase. Thanks for calling Chase. For company directory, press 1. For customer support, press 2. For sales and marketing, press 3. You can build those IVRs right in the platform. I'll show them to you really quick, really simple. You can build them right in the platform, and then you can just go in and attach that IVR. Let me show you how easy that is, just so you know, all right? It's really quite easy. Let me go in and buy a new phone number here in 505 in this New Mexico area. So I'm just going to buy this phone number. There it is. Now I'm going to come into my IVR. I'm going to create a demo IVR. This is not going to take more than 5 minutes to create my IVR, all right? You'll see how easy it is. I'm creating this new demo right here. So let me go set it up. I got to create my first step. So my first step, I need to record some audio because I don't have any audio already recorded. Yeah, hey, this is John from Tier 5. Thank you for calling. We're a little busy right now. If you want to talk to tech support, press 1. If you need to talk to sales, press 2. If you have a scheduled conference call right now, press 3. So now I'm going to get some numeric input. And then I'm just going to go in and add my options. I'm going to go in and add option 1. I'm going to record another audio. So you need to talk to tech support, no problem. Give me just 1 second and I'll get somebody from tech support on the line with you. And I'm just going to forward these guys to a phone number, let's say 812-722-4722. I'll just forward them to my Skype phone number. Let me make option number 2. That was sales. Also going to record an audio here. I don't have to record an audio, but I'm going to. Sure, you want to talk to sales? We're always a little busy in sales, but if you can hold on for a second, I'll see if I can get a sales associate for you. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna forward this guy. Now I have different options. I can either get more information, and I'll show you that in just a second, or I can forward them, or I can send out I can send them to a voicemail, or I can send out a text message, or I can simply just hang up the phone if I want. So here I'm going to also forward them to this number. All right, and then I'm going to make option 3 real quick. This is option 3. I'm going to record an audio. So you have a scheduled meeting that you need to join. If your scheduled meeting's with John, press 1. If your scheduled meeting is with Dennis, press 2. So now I'm just going to get some more numeric input from these guys. And then I'm going to come over here and add those options. Here's option number 1. So you need to talk to John. 1 second, and I'll get you connected. And I'm just going to forward this guy. I'm forwarding them all to the same number. Obviously, you guys wouldn't forward them all to the same number if you don't want to. And I'm going to add over here my option 2 for Dennis. So you have a meeting scheduled with Dennis. Let me get Dennis on the line. Just hold on 1 second. I'm also going to forward this guy, as you can imagine, to the same phone number. So I think you get the point of the IVR, how that works. It took us about 5 minutes. I built this entire IVR. Now this whole IVR is built. So now I can essentially come over here to my numbers, come to this brand new number that I just purchased right here. I just purchased this number, and I'll just select an IVR, and I'll select that new demo, and I'll just enable that guy. And now I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to come to Skype, and I'm going to call this phone number.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me try that one more time because something didn't actually work properly there. Make sure it's the right number. Let me try that one more time. Not sure what happened there. Well, that definitely didn't work, but that should have worked really, really easily, just like I kind of explained it to you. That should have worked really, really easily. Sometimes whenever we push updates, there's a couple issues that happen. We're really, really responsive. We've got 40 software developers that work for our company, so we're really, really responsive. Hi, this is John from Tier 5, and we had a call scheduled for right now. So there's it working with a different IVR. I did something wrong in this new IVR. So you saw I just used that other IVR, and it worked fine. It went into the other IVR. Something with the new IVR that I just set up didn't actually work for some reason. I'm thinking it's my first audio is what I'm actually thinking. In my IVR, in my first audio, I'm thinking that I didn't actually successfully record it. Yeah, you see that right there? I didn't actually successfully record any audio here. So no big deal. I'll just edit it, and I'll just record my audio here, and I'll get numeric input. Yeah, hey, this is John. It's the second time I'm doing this for the IVR. It was something like if you need to talk to tech support, press 1. If you need to talk to sales, press 2. If you had a scheduled meeting, press 3. So I'm pretty sure that was the actual issue. I didn't actually record my audio. I can see over here I didn't record my audio. This is on step 2. If they go to press option 3. So essentially what that means is they had a scheduled call. So I'm going to go in and do that again because my audio didn't record. So let me just set that up one more time. So you had a scheduled call right now. If you needed to talk to John, press 1. If you had a scheduled call with Dennis, press 2. So all that happened is my audio didn't actually get recorded, which is why whenever I called that IVR, you didn't actually hear anything, and it didn't seem like it was actually working. So now I'm pretty confident if I come over here to configure this number and I link up that new demo IVR, and now I come in and actually call this number, you will hear the IVR that I just built on this live demo. You'll hear that actually play. So let me call this guy. John, it's the second time I'm doing this for the IVR. It was something like if you need to talk to tech support, press 1. If you need to talk to sales, press 2. If you had a scheduled meeting, press 3. So that's how that actually worked. Something just went crazy with my Skype there. It's actually my Oculus. I need to close my Oculus real quick. So looks like my whole Zoom went down. So are you guys still able to hear me at all? Anybody still able to hear me, or did my Zoom totally
Still got you here.
Okay, cool. I thought maybe my Zoom crashed. It looks like my video is totally frozen. Yeah, hey, this is John. It's the second time I'm doing this for the IVR. It was something like if you need to talk to tech support, press 1. If you need to talk to sales, press 2. So my Skype is my Skype is totally bugging up where it's not allowing me to hit the dial pad on Skype so that I can actually show you whenever you hit an option, it gets routed properly. Yeah, hey, this is John. It's the second time I'm doing this for the IVR. So I'll come back to that in a second. I'm just going to log out of Skype. I'm just going to log out of Skype and essentially quit Skype, close Skype, and log back in, and maybe it will let me use my dial pad. Yeah, hey, this is John. It's the second time I'm doing this for the IVR. It was something like if you need to talk to tech support, press 1. If you need to talk to sales, press 2. If you had so Skype's going completely crazy. So let me try. I'm not sure if I can just type the key, but I'll totally try that and see if it lets me do that. All I know is Skype is going completely crazy. Yeah, hey, this is John. It's the second time I'm doing this for the IVR. And no, it definitely doesn't let me just it definitely doesn't let me just type the key. So Skype is just going crazy. Like always, it's a Microsoft product. They really suck. So let me sign out of Skype. I really dislike Microsoft products so much. And it's just right. That is right. So that list is still going. Let me just try one more time. Come back to Skype and see. See if it will actually let me do what it needs to do. The second time I'm doing this for the IVR, it was something like it. So it just let me do it. So I hit option 3, so it should actually. So you had a scheduled call right now. If you needed to talk to John, press 1. If you had a scheduled call with Dennis. So now you can see how the options menu works, how you can easily create IVRs. With Dennis, let me get Dennis on the line. Just hold on 1 second. Now that's actually just going to forward the call right back to my Skype. As you can see, my Skype is ringing because the call is getting forwarded. So you can see how easy that was, right? I mean, setting up that IVR, you know that companies today, they pay thousands of dollars to have a PBX system installed to be able to create these IVRs, and they have to pay a monthly fee to be able to have somebody go in and change the options anytime they want. All right, so companies spend a lot of money on their IVRs and their PBX system. See, in our software, what it takes to build that IVR, 3 minutes to set it up and attach it to a phone number, and I can attach it to any phone number that I want. I can send it as an outbound IVR as well if I want to. I can literally go in, I can literally come in here to a list and let's say call myself, right? Here's a cool thing. Here's my Skype number. Watch, I can just pick this guy and I can hit call. And I can do, I can select an IVR and I can pick that IVR that we just built and I can send out a phone call. Now, when this says now, it actually takes a minute to send this out, to send out this actual IVR. And I've got an issue here that I actually have to fix. If you can see it right here, I thought I actually was going to have that issue. I thought I was going to actually have that issue, but no big deal. I can do it to, if you hold on, I can actually do it. I know probably a way to work around it. So we just actually changed something 2 days ago in the software, and it created a little bug here. And this number takes forever to load because there's such a huge call history on this number. There's so much data because I'm always testing on this number. So if you look at the actual call history on this particular number, it's just freaking, I mean, it's really huge call history. It's not a use case that we expect any of you guys to actually have, unless you expect that you have a call history of, 10,000 phone calls on one phone number, which is not likely. We do, because this is we do all our testing. Look, I'm getting a call right here. Hello, this is John.
Yes, John, this is Annie Beverson. I work for the Will Beach team over at Hello Williams. I just received your text message.
Okay. Not sure if that was me, but thank you for your time. So I'm not prepared to talk to these guys or sell these guys anything, obviously, on a demo, but you can see that literally that was just somebody I sent out a text message and they're responding back to me, right? You can see how that's actually working in the software. All right, so we went over the IVR. I've showed you how you can actually build. I've showed you how you can actually build the IVR. That was really quick. How you can actually build the IVR. I showed you how you can send the IVRs as an outbound phone call. Your autoresponder, I'm going to show you that autoresponder. In order to show you the autoresponder, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. All right. These are these domain leads, all right? I've got 646 of them right now, so I'm going to send them all out a text message in bulk. These are leads I literally just generated in this platform, all right? I went into the platform, I did the search. You guys watch me do that search. I'm going to send them out a text message. All right, now I've got a template already, so you can save templates. I'll show you that in a second. I've got a template already for people who registered a domain as my initial contact. So here's that template. I'm going to send it out. I've got a number that I use just for domain leads. So I'm going to send this out to them. And this is going to go out to 614. So now they're all getting a text message just to say, hey, sorry to bug you. I'm going to ask them if they recently just registered this website. I know they did because literally I got this data from the Whois data. This data alone is a $6,000 database. So if you were to go buy this Whois data, it will cost you $6,000 just to buy the Whois data. To buy the license to get the Whois data via an API, it costs you $6,000. You guys get access to all this data with your membership. All right. Also, those Google leads, you get access to all that data with your membership. So now this is sending out. It's going to take a little bit, as you can assume. It's going to take a minute or two because it's sending out 614 text messages. All right. And you can look over here at my messages, and you can see, hey, here's all the messages I'm sending out. That's just asking, hey, did you just recently register these domains? So did you register these domains? These are going out right now. And essentially, I'm going to show you what's happening is they are going out. Look here. Here's an incoming answer, right? I sent out these. Here's an incoming answer. They said yes. You notice these are blue. You know why they're blue? Because I sent these out from this phone number, all right? I went and sent these text messages out from this phone number here, from this domain lead, okay? Now, if you look at this domain leads phone number, right here, here's the domain leads phone number. If you look at its configuration, you remember at the beginning of the phone call, I told you can set up a configuration of an auto response, all right? So I've got all incoming text messages to this phone number. I've got them going through this domain leads autoresponder. I've got an autoresponder for realtors. I got one for live demos. If I'm marketing to pet stores, I can have one for pet stores. This one is specifically just for domain leads, all right? So let's look at this autoresponder. Now, if somebody says yes, yes, I did, all right, I'm going to automatically answer with this message right here. I'm just going to automatically send them out. So if you look here, this guy said, yes, I did. Now look, I'm getting an incoming phone call. You see how that works? It's just, I mean, I send out a message, I get incoming phone calls. I got David calling me right now. Hey, how you doing, David? David hung up on me. But you see, David sent me, I sent David this message. That was really fast. I sent him this message. He said, yes, why? Look, I automatically responded with him. I didn't have to physically do anything. The software just automatically sent my next message. All right. Now I've got somebody else calling me here. Hello, it's John. It's Joseph calling me. How you doing, Joseph?
What's going on, John?
Not much. You having a good night, man? Looks like it's late for you. You're on Eastern, right? Looks like it's late, kind of late for you. It's like 11:30, something like that, man. Hate to bug you this late.
Business at your sweet spot. What can I do for you?
Well, nothing really for me. Honestly, I was just doing a demo of my software to a group of people, and you happen to be in the test subjects of leads that I generated. I did just why I had you here. I just wanted to find out if you knew that when you registered that domain the other day, it looks like you registered Yorktown, that you essentially gave your public information, and that's kind of like all over the internet now. So if you're getting a lot of spammy calls or emails or phone numbers, it's because of your domain registration. So some of these guys will try to like sell you some software development services or web design or SEO and stuff. Some of them are complete spammers. If you're not used to registering domains, what you should probably do in the future if you don't want to get spammed is just get the privacy guard, or just use like not real information. I would recommend using privacy guard so that you can still verify your domain.
Fair enough.
Have you ever registered a domain before, Joseph?
I have not.
So what's I mean, what made you decide that you're gonna go buy your town? You got plans for it or something? What's that?
It's the name of my business.
Oh, so you're gonna turn this into your business website? What's your business do?
Correct. We're a contractor.
You're a contractor, like building decks, building houses.
Pretty much.
So who's doing your website build?
I haven't done anything.
So I mean, what's your plan? Are you planning on doing it yourself? Are you planning on hiring somebody, or what's your plan for that? He hung up on me. So he hung up on me, but you see how this system works, right? I just generated all these leads. I've got so many calls. Look, this person said, who is this? Guess what? Automatically responded to him on my autoresponder. Automatically responded to him. Who is John? Look, 2 messages that they answered. I'm getting another phone call. Not sure who it is.
Hi.
Yeah, hey, Ebony, this is John. How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing great. I can't complain. If you guys look, you can see the initial text message I sent, and I can see that she just called a second ago and got to voicemail because I was actually on the phone and I hit hung up, so she was actually routed to voicemail. So I'm going to hang up on her again because I don't really feel like talking to her. But look at Anthony here, all right? I sent out this initial text message. Now, all I did was send out this initial text message. He said, yes, he registered it. The software automatically sent this message. He asked me, who is this? Software automatically sent this message, all right? So you can see, exactly how this works. Now, if you get tired of these, of these phone calls, well, guess what? You can just come into this number right here, and we can just change the configuration to go to an IVR, where they have to go into our options menu. Now it won't ring in my browser anymore. Now you won't see anybody if they call that phone number. I won't hear that. I won't be getting the calls right now because I routed them instead of routing them to my browser. Now they're going into that outbound IVR where they're going to have to press some buttons in order to actually get on the phone with me. All right. So hopefully you guys are all understanding everything so far. So on this configuration, we do allow you to forward text messages to your own cell phone or forward them to an email. So you can go in and set up this forwarding where whenever this phone number gets a new text message, we'll forward you the message to your own cell phone or to your email. And it obviously doesn't have to be your cell phone. It doesn't have to be your email. You can forward them to your client's email. You can forward them to your client's cell phone. All right. I showed you the autoresponder. You kind of see how the autoresponder works. You can see here, if you look at my messages, all these blue messages here look at all these blue messages. These are literally people messaging me, and my software is automatically responding to them, so I don't have to physically respond. They want to know who this is. Well, why should I answer 500 people a day whenever the software can just automatically respond who it is? So it's kind of like a text message chatbot. All right.
Awesome.
So that's your autoresponder feature. We talked about this widget management, and I showed you this widget management, and I showed you that this widget management allows you to create these little widgets right here. If I was to go in and see, here is this widget, sales.textinbulk.com. If I turn him off right there and I go reload this page, you'll notice that he doesn't show up anymore. He's not there on that page anymore. You see, he just magically disappeared. So if I go turn him back on, and now I come back and reload this page, you'll see he's going to pop up again. He says, call or text us now. I can come in here and I can edit this guy, and I can say, hey, this is a call only thing. So there is no text message. There is no text message. He can only call. So now I can go reload this, and it won't say call or text us now. It will just say call us now, right? I can go in and say, hey, this guy can only receive text messages. I only want him to do text messages. Just update it, come refresh this page, and it will show text us now, right? If I want both options, then I just come in here and select both options. I can set my schedule. What times can I get calls? What times will I do text messages? I can set, hey, who are the users that are going to get this? I can set my logo. So I'm able to set this logo right up here. This text that you see right here coming, I'm able to set that. I'm able to decide who am I going to give these leads to? When our user comes and they click this and they put in their phone number, who am I going to deliver those to? I can select from any of my users. I can record an audio so that, for example, what will happen is, let's say your user comes in and he asks for a phone call, all right? So now you can call or text us. Let's say your user puts in a phone number. He says, hey, call me now. What's going to happen is we're going to round robin this list right here, all right? So we're going to round robin this list right here, and we're going to call the first person on the list, and we're going to play this audio. You could give an audio like, yeah, this is an incoming lead coming from TextinBulk.com. I want you to try to sell the $97 advanced membership. All right, so now whenever somebody comes to this website right there, they put in their phone number and they hit call me now, this list of sales agents is going to get an incoming call. They're going to hear the audio. Hey, this is a lead coming from TextinBulk. I want you to push the $97 membership. And then they'll hear an audio that says press 1 to connect with the lead. They press 1, and this sales agent right here and this user that put in their phone number, now they're on a live call together, and all that's recorded in the back end where you can track everything, and you can just get leads coming from your website. All right. You can turn on SMS notifications, email notifications, so that if none of your agents actually pick up the phone or answer the text messages, you can get notified against that. You can go in and set your working schedule. What hours of the day will you get phone calls? What hours of the day will you actually get text messages? You can decide whether this goes on your website or whether it goes on your mobile. Finally, you get one simple, tiny line of script. One little tiny line that you just paste on your website, and it's done. Everything works out of the box. That's what the widget management is. User management, like I said, you can go in and add sub-users here. So you can go in and actually create your sub-users. And for example, here, let's take a look at this guy right here. And let's log into this guy's account real quick. He's one of my sub-users. So let me see if I can just log into his account, if I remember the password. So can't actually log into his account, but he has got a limited account. He's got a limited account that only allows him, he can't generate any leads. He can't even add new leads. He can only contact people that you assign to him. That's it. He can't just contact anybody in the world. He can only contact people from your phone number that you assign to him. So you assign him a phone number and you assign him leads, and he can only manage those people and only talk to those people. And you can see from your dashboard every phone call he makes. You can see every text message he makes, every email he sends. You can see all that from your dashboard. We went over the IVR. I showed you the IVR. Templates, those are what I showed you an example of a template. This is my SMS template. They're just things that you can save so that you can use them quickly in the future. If you have standard emails for this, standard emails for that, you can just create the template so that whenever somebody asks for more information, you can just, send that template out and not have to actually do any real work. All right, so you can do SMS templates, audio templates, and you can do email templates. Number management, I showed you number management. So we went in and actually set up one of the phone numbers where you can see your different options that you have for incoming text messages. For phone calls, you can receive calls in the browser. So whenever you receive calls in the browser, you can set up an intro audio so that whenever people call your phone number, they first hear that audio and then the phone starts ringing. You can set up call forwarding. You can set up instant call forwarding. You can upload your own personalized voicemail message just like you can with your phone. You can route incoming phone calls to an IVR into those option menus. You can also set up a conference line and route people into a conference line if you want. You can have a phone number for a conference line and then have conferences. So all of that you can actually do. One of these guys, and it's the wrong account. One of these guys is actually going through my options menu, and they keep coming in on my Skype, and I don't really want anybody to be doing that, to be coming in on my Skype, because it's really bugging me. So I need to go in, and it's not my account, it's somebody else's account that was in there earlier. So I need to just go in and actually turn this off real quick. So let me just do that real quick. I'm going to do it the easy way. And I'm just going to go to my number management, and I'm going to delete this New Mexico number so they can't call that anymore. Where's that guy? Let me just delete this phone number because I don't want anybody calling that phone number. So now I don't have that phone number anymore. Now they can't call that phone number. So,
Cool.
So let's see the other things here. We went through templates. So here you can see all your incoming, outgoing text messages. All right. You can see here's all the incoming, outgoing text messages. Here's all your incoming, outgoing phone calls, and all their recordings. your account that you essentially get your public information. And there's your phone calls. Here's all your voicemails. People have actually left you voicemails. Here's all your voicemails. That person didn't really leave a real voicemail. Here's a virtual phone so that you can call, text message, or send a multimedia message just on the fly. I'm really not sure why I keep getting those phone calls. Then other basic stuff you have here, you can go in and actually, you can essentially link up your Gmail email address. We have a Zapier application as well so that you can get data in from your CRM or send data out to your CRM with our Zapier integration. You can link up your G Suite account. If you use your G Suite account, we support incoming emails as well. So if you link your Gmail account, what you'll see whenever you go to a contact is you'll see all incoming, outgoing text messages, all incoming, outgoing phone calls, and all incoming, outgoing emails. We also support inbound emails if you use your G Suite account. So you can literally look at that contact and see all communication history that has ever happened with that contact. So the only other thing, like I said, we went over all the lead generation, all that good stuff. The only other thing is just to kind of look at the list and see what you can do here. Oh, the one thing we didn't do was campaigns. So I don't know how we forgot those campaigns, and that's like kind of like the last piece. So, and then I'll show you the list. So your campaigns are pretty straightforward. This is your drip campaign. This drip campaign, you can see all the users here. They've completed the campaign. You can see all these different users here that they're actually on this campaign. You can see your users. Here's the content. As soon as somebody gets added to this campaign, they're going to get this email right here, or they're going to get this text message. You want to add something else? Let's say, 3 days after that first message, let's go in and let's send them an email. We can use a template email if you've got templates. Let's say you don't have a template email, you can use a template text message, or you could have chose, hey, they're going to get a phone call. You're either going to upload an audio, you're going to select one of your audios, you're going to record an audio, or you're going to pick your IVR. You can say, hey, after 3 days, I'm going to send them this new demo IVR. And you can create as many little sequences as you want in this drip campaign. And then you can just add users. That's correct. The autoresponder is all complete in this software. You don't have to use anything else. So you can set up this autoresponder right here. For example, you can set up ClickFunnels. Let's say you have ClickFunnels page and you've got some lead capture form on ClickFunnels. You can use us as an autoresponder. You set up a Zapier integration where when a new lead comes in ClickFunnels, they're put on one of your lists and they're added to this campaign right here where now they get first email, tomorrow they get second email, next day they get third email, 3 days after that they get a live phone call and you do your sale. So we are one of the only autoresponders that support text messages, emails, and phone calls. We support all that in our autoresponder. You can dump leads from anywhere that has anywhere, if you're using Builderall, they have a webhook. Anywhere that has a webhook or has, hey Joy, can I have some tea? Anybody that has a webhook or a Zapier integration, we can integrate with them and you can get leads right from them, put them on your list in our system, and then dump them on your actual campaign. All right, pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. And then the only other things is kind of show you from a list level. You can go in and filter by cell phones, filter by landlines. You can see how many times you called them, how many times you messaged them. You can delete them. You can add them all to one of your campaigns if you want. So you can just add them all to a campaign. That campaign you can set schedules on. So you can say that campaign only runs from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or only runs from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can call everybody in bulk, either with a pre-recorded phone call or an IVR. You can put these guys in a browser dialer. In this browser dialer, here's what's going to happen. You're going to set a disposition time. I'm going to set a disposition time of 5 seconds, and you're going to pick a phone number. and you're gonna essentially hit go. Not sure what happened right there, but you're gonna essentially hit go. Let's do that again, 5 seconds. And now essentially, this is going to call everybody one by one, live phone call. You're gonna have one by one. So it's calling this person, first person in my list. I'm gonna hang up on them. Now you see, I've got 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, bam, it's gonna automatically dial the next person. So I can just queue up everybody in my list and just automatically start dialing them. I just sit here and the software does all the work for me. I see, hey, it's calling this person. Once I talk to this person, I got whatever I set my disposition time as. If I set it as 5 seconds or 3 minutes, I got that much time to go in and finish everything up before the next person actually gets dialed. So I'm gonna hang up on this person, even though I know they answered right now and they're on the phone right now. I'm gonna hang up on them, and you'll see next person's gonna automatically get called. So this is just gonna keep calling everybody until it's done. If you wanna stop at any time, just click that button and it will stop calling everybody. So you can also send out a bulk text message. You can also send out a bulk picture message. You can also send out a bulk email. Except for these guys, you don't have their email, so you can't send them out an email. Obviously, if you don't have somebody's email address, you can't email them. You can move or copy them from one list to another, or you can assign them to one of your agents. And that, from a high level, pretty much wraps up all the current functionality inside this particular software. Now, we have about another 6 months worth of development that we have scheduled that include all sorts of cool different things. So one of the main things that we're working on right now is a form builder that allows you to build forms that are a lot more complex than this, that you can just embed in your client's website, and whenever somebody fills out that form, they're going to be automatically added into our system, and you can, add them to a campaign, or you can call them, or you can text them, or whatever, and get all the information that they submitted on the form. That's one of the next big releases that we're actually going to release. So that pretty much goes over, everything that you can do in this software. As far as communication, as far as, lead generation or communication, any way that you want to contact your leads, you can do it inside this platform.
Okay, good.
We've got a web app as well. So we also have a web app as well. We've got a web app as well that is just a web app for your mobile device. And here's kind of what that looks like. I'm going to show you kind of what that looks like. Hey, did I send that? So let me just kind of show you what this looks like. Thank you so much, sir. So essentially what this is what's happening here, all right, is this is being sent out to your actual sales user here, all right? This is an incoming text message, all right? This is an incoming text message that is coming from a number to your sales agent. So your sales agent is essentially going to get this, your sales agent is essentially going to get this on their cell phone, all right? They're going to get this link on their cell phone, and this is essentially what they're going to get here. They're going to be routed to the actual web app for this, and you see the web app is a little bit different interface here. So they're going to be routed to this actual web app and routed to the particular conversation where all they do is just respond here, or they can call this person. So this is the web app. If the dude's on his cell phone and he's not in front of his computer, he has a real simplified version where there's nothing but kind of like a text and call history. So makes it a lot simpler for them to actually use. So in a nutshell, that's this platform, everything that it does. So any questions that you have?
Will the mobile version go ahead and do everything then that the desktop does?
Well, the mobile version, the mobile version, the web app, no. The web app is built solely for communication. So the web app is built really solely for you to answer text messages or make phone calls from, and that's it. Can you go in and do lead generation from it? Not from the web app. Can you go in and actually set up your IVR, set up your autoresponder? Not from the web app. Now we do have, outside of the web app, our website is responsive, and if you want to come in and actually use it on your cell phone, yeah, you can still go in and set stuff up on your cell phone. As you can see, it is responsive, and you can still go in and actually do all this on your cell phone, but that is not the web app. The web app is a very lightweight version that just gives you essentially like your messenger app on your phone, where you can see all your recent text messages, and you can just click on one and you can see the message history that you've had with that person, and you can reply back to them, or you can call them right from there. That's what the web app does. You can use our software on your cell phones and do anything that you want. So you can use our software and go through and generate leads if you want. That's not a problem. All that you can do.
Awesome, awesome.
You got any other questions or anything?
I think you did a darn good job of explaining that.
So does this give you all the information that you need for your sales scripts to be able to go in and actually do your sales and everything, to explain what the software is?
For this one, it does, yeah. And do you, now, is this going to be included? Is there a separate price for each, because I've forgotten, for each one of the different software that we're going to put on the market to sell? Is it going to be different?
No, essentially no. There's that. So we haven't finalized the reseller and affiliate platform and all that, finalize the final terms. But essentially, from my perspective, how it's going to work is it's going to be a very simple model. You're going to pay us one fee, and then you're going to sell it for whatever you want. So like right now, it's all included in your group membership. You get access to the software and every other software. If you're going to resell group memberships, then you're going to buy that group membership for $17, let's say, and then you're going to go sell it for whatever you want. You're going to go sell it for $97, and they're going to get access to all the softwares, not just this software. They're going to get access to all the softwares.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome platform that you're building, and you're really doing it much cheaper than any of your competition, and it looks like a better system. It seems more fully contained than what I've seen.
It definitely is probably the most robust platform, but keep in mind, we have sunk 8,000 hours in developing this. That's literally 4 years for a single person. If I were to work full time, 40 hours a week, every single week for 4 years, that's how much time I've spent building this software. Now, we didn't do it with one person. I got 40 engineers that work for this company. So it took us collectively about 7 months to build the software with the team of engineers we had building it. So yes, it's definitely a powerful software that, like I said, it's got a Zapier integration. So you can integrate with your chatbot, and you can bring leads right from your chatbot and fire a phone call or send a text message just from the chatbot. You can take the lead from that's correct. This can be integrated into Facebook Messenger bots, and you can take leads right from the bot and bring them right into our system. You can collect their phone number, their email right in the bot, and then put them right over into our system and start them on a more traditional marketing campaign where you're emailing them and calling them. So you can totally use your messenger bots to actually do your lead generation, get them into the system, and get them in on an actual campaign.
That is awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we'll get a script together on it. But when people see this, I don't see a problem selling it at all.
It works. It works really great. So everybody, we haven't marketed this. So we've done no marketing at all on any of our softwares because we're a development firm. We don't have any marketers. Every single person that works for Tier 5, there's 2 people that work for Tier 5 that don't have a degree in computer engineering. One of them just brought me my tea, all right? And he's in there cleaning our kitchen right now. The other one will bring me my tea when that guy goes home because I can't make that guy work 24 hours a day and I work 24 hours a day. So when this tea guy goes home, the other tea guy comes in. And those are the only 2 people that work for Tier 5 out of 40 employees that don't have a degree in software engineering. So we don't have marketers, we don't have content writers, we don't have designers, we only do software engineering. So we haven't done any marketing on this software whatsoever, no marketing whatsoever. But everybody that's used it, like the most I've done on marketing is like go in, like this is the most I've done in marketing is like go into a group like this of people who love software and say, hey, I've got this software, you guys want to buy it. That's literally the extent of marketing that we've done for this software. Everybody that's used it, they love this software. Like everybody that's used it, they love this software. Because I showed you, like literally look at this list, all right? We just generated this list right here. These are all people that just bought a domain. I've got 1,300 people on this list. Like literally I just generated 13.
Set up a company. I mean, you know, they need to set up a company. If you can get this package to them in this design, they've got their phone set up. I would have given anything to have this when I was calling people to set up testimony at trial.
Every business needs a phone. Every business needs an IVR. Every business needs to have a list of customers that they can text messages to, or they can email, or they can call. Every business should be running a campaign. Here you can go in and set up your newsletter, right? You can set up your monthly newsletter in this platform. So definitely huge value, and it should be a pretty easy sell.
It should be. It works rather seamlessly when you get the 1, 2, 3s down.
Yeah, as soon as you know what to do, and we do have if you're part of the group, I believe I put it in here in the files. I thought I put it in the files, so maybe I didn't, but I think it's somewhere on this network. Right here, maybe. We do have a video onboarding for all new users if they want that. Essentially, all these are tutorial videos that show you how to use every feature in the software, how to set them up, and how to use the platform. They're all little short YouTube videos that you can go in, you can sign up for the software. Once you sign up for the software, we can send you this, and it shows you everything that you need to do inside the platform. So they're all like, this is a 3-minute video. You want to know how to set up Outbound IVRs. Here's another short video that shows you exactly how the Outbound R works. It's a 12-minute video, but there's a full video onboarding process where once you onboard somebody, you can just give them this document, and they can go in and spend 2 hours watching these videos and know how every feature in the software works, and not have to worry about holding their hand and showing them how to use it.
Okay, and then they have access for as long as they're paying the monthly fee?
Yeah, they have access to the softwares as long as they pay their monthly fee. They have access to all the softwares.
Okay.
And we're kind of leaving it to your guys' discretion how you want to sell it. So whenever you buy a group membership, you're gonna get access to every software that we have. If you want to sell it as a bundle, you can. If you want to chop them up and sell them individually, you can. That's completely up to you.
Is that something you think we need to describe, or that we should probably decide as a group so that we're all kind of on the same page?
So my goal for this group is for you guys to do everything, and you guys structure everything, and you guys to leave me the hell alone, and I'll go build you guys more badass software for you to sell. That's my goal with the group, is to not have to be involved in anything other than develop new softwares like TextinBulk. So my goal is to be able to not have to work with my current clients, not have to work 80 hours a week managing all their projects and doing all their work, but to be able to focus tier 5 strictly on building new softwares that group members are going to have access to use for their personal use and access to sell. And hopefully you guys will go in and fill out all the particulars of, you know, the structure of the reseller platform, structure of affiliate platform, and I don't have to be involved in that, because I have no real interest in doing that. My interest is strictly in developing software.
I bet we can do that, John. I think that sounds a good idea, and you're doing great on your end, so I think we can come together and figure it out.
I think so too. I'm really hoping so, because we have so much cool software. And if you can imagine, you can imagine, I mean, you see TextinBulk and you see the power you see all the stuff the software can do. We did this in our spare time, all right? We did this with full-time jobs working for clients in our spare time. Imagine the stuff that we could build if we didn't have a full-time job working and doing all these client projects. If our full-time job could be developing our own softwares, I mean, we could develop a software 10 times better than this easily within 3 months.
Well, that's great, and the industry is going to grow at such a pace that, I mean, you're going to be busy.
Well, we like being busy, but I would much rather be busy building tier 5 softwares than building software for another client. So
I'd rather you too, and I think you can sell this, and I think that you can sell this to big market. I think that you're not out of the running for going into the big companies hiring you for it, buying it for you.
That's correct. I mean, if you look at some of our competitors, all right, this is one of our competitors that I know of. These guys do only text messages, all right? Only text messages. These guys don't do phone calls. These guys don't do emails. These guys don't have an autoresponder, like a little chat bot for your text messages. They don't have any of that. Look at their pricing, all right? $189 a month gives you 2,500 messages, all right? So look at their pricing. This enterprise pricing starts at $2,500 a month, all right? So their pricing here, $189 a month, all right? Let's look.
Right.
They give you 2,500 messages, all right? Divide that by, sorry, let's do this again. Let's take this $189 and divide that by 2,500 messages. They're charging this per message, all right? Now, take our price structure. Our price structure, if you look at our website, our highest plan is $149 a month, all right? So if you just do the math here against, now keep in mind, like I said, these guys only do text messages. That is it. They have no call support whatsoever. If you get a phone number from them, people can't call that phone number. You can't have voice conversations. You can't send out emails. They don't have lead generation in their platform. They don't have these website widgets in their platform. They don't have campaigns in their platform. They don't have a messenger bot and autoresponder to answer incoming text messages. They don't have a Zapier integration to integrate with your CRM. They have none of that. All they do is let you do text messages, all right? Now, this $189, our price on our website is $149 a month. That gives you $40, all right? Now, if you take that $40 and you divide that by what Twilio charges you for a text message, Twilio charges you 0.75 cents per text message. With our platform, the same price, if you spend the same price, you get over double the text messages with our pricing model than you do with these guys. Now, imagine here, at this price point, it's always more convenient to use our platform, because not only does it do so much more than the competitors do, in the long run, it costs you less. I mean, you can pay these guys, you can pay these guys 7 cents a text message. So let's say now this is our pricing model. For the same price, for $189, for $189 you can send 5,333. So if you were to do that over here at the competitors, $403. With us, it would cost $189 a month. With our competitors, it's going to cost $403. So, and like I said, keep in mind, our competitors, that $403 price, all you can do is text messages. With us, you can do everything you want. You want to do text messages, you can do it. You want to do calls, you can do it. You want to do IVRs, you can do it. You want to do emails, you can do it. You want to do autoresponders, you can do it. You want to do campaigns, drip sequences, you can do it. You want to integrate with your CRM, you can do it. You want to have website widgets, you can do it. You literally, you can do everything that you want inside our platform. And like I said, we've got features coming. We're building a form builder. You can essentially white label this software and sell it as a platform. So I've got a client who's white labeled this software, and we've made a custom version of this software for Hitachi Finance. So essentially, Hitachi Finance uses the same platform, and they accept their credit applications. So any car dealership who wants to get financing done through Hitachi Finance, they have a version of this software. The car dealership, the car salesman, they fill out the credit application through this software. They can text they can call their lead, they can email their lead about updates on their credit application. Once they get the credit application finished, they just click a button, it gets sent out to Hitachi Finance. They process everything. Whenever they approve or decline an application, they click a button, that information sunk right back into our platform, where the sales guys knows the status, if the application was approved or if it was denied, and they can contact their lead and let them know, hey, you've been approved, congratulations, or you've been denied, so let's try something else. That's all a custom integration that we built on top of our platform. You're able to do that as well. I can't tell you the pricing on that because the pricing is going to vary based on the integration that you're doing.
Right.
So we did another integration on the same software for these guys right here. For Galver, it's the Greater Las Vegas Realtor Communication, or the Greater Las Vegas Realtor Association. We did an integration for them. We tie in directly to their MLS, all right? So we tie in directly to their MLS. When the agents add a new property to the MLS, our software goes and grabs all the details about that software. It creates a landing page with all the information about the listing, the information about the listing agent, all the pictures of the listing, the prices, all the details, and it has a little lead capture form. Whenever the lead actually fills out the form that they're interested in the property, they're now put into our system, and our system does all that. It's another custom integration built right on top of our software. You're able to do that as well. I mean, if you're connected with Tier 5, you can essentially now sell professional software development services. We build any type of software that you want. I mean, literally, I can show you proof of $250,000 software projects that we sign on a regular basis for very high-end companies, and we develop everything in the back end and don't take any credit for it. We have some software firm, they come hire us, and we build everything for them, and they just present it to their client as if they've done it. So you're able to offer the same type of software development services, you know, professional software development services for a very fraction of the cost.
That's awesome. And I think we can come up with a good sales team for you out front with it, because the product is amazing.
That's my ultimate goal, because I'm doing about $500,000 a year in sales by myself, and I'm a software engineer. I mean, I went to college for software engineering and mathematics because I like to build software. I don't like to do sales. I don't like to do marketing. But it's what I do every day. I do like a $500,000 a year in sales for my clients, and it's not having to do that is really it's really keeping me from my full potential, and it's really keeping tier 5 from its full potential, because I need to spend my time working with my engineers, building new softwares like TextinBulk to take over the market, not finding clients to pay us to build their software. So I'm really hoping that we can come up with a good sales team that can put everything in place so I can do what I need to do, which is just go back to actually building software, which is where my passion lies.
You know what? I bet we can do that, and we can get $500,000 going to the front end, and you could stay in the back for your other half.
That's all I want. That's all I want to do. I want to be in the back end. I don't need any credit. I don't need tier 5 to take any credit. I don't care if tier 5 has any credit for any of the stuff that we build. And no engineer here cares about that either. We don't really actually care if we get any credit about anything. All we care is that we're able to come to work and do what we're passionate about, which is work in today's technologies and build cool software. That's all we really want to do. So it will be an awesome relationship if we can build a sales team that can do all the sales and marketing on the front end, take all the credit for everything, and just let us be in the back end doing what we love, which is building software.
I think we can do that. Everybody that's still on, this is Darla Cantrell. If you want to PM me on Messenger, my name should be on the group, and let's see what we can get coordinated here.
So you guys have any other questions? Anything else I can answer about this particular software? I'll try to do this a couple more times throughout the week for the other softwares that are included in the suite, because this isn't the only software. There's other softwares as well that's just as powerful and just as valuable in the package.
Awesome.
So if you guys don't have any other questions, I think we're good. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out. If you guys aren't in the actual group, so if you guys aren't in the group yet, is there anybody here that's on the call that's not in the group right now that wants to be in the group? So if you're not in the group, I'm going to the group membership is $97 a month. All right. You do get access to all of the software products, not just TextinBulk. You get access to all of our software products. You get to be in the group. You get to come up with ideals, and we'll build those softwares for you so that you can actually sell them. You get to be able to actually sell our softwares to make money. We just raised the prices today to $97. So since you spent all this time here, I'm going to let you in for this $25 a month price. If you want to get into the group right now, you can go in. Everybody else that goes in is going to have to pay $97 a month. But since we just raised the prices literally today, like a couple hours ago, I'll let you in for the previous price of $25. I just started this group not so long ago because this is really my dream. This is really my goal, is to transition from being a service-based company to be a product-based company. For that, I need a sales team. For that, I need people who can go out and sell the software and get users into the software, or I'm going to have to do all of it. And I'm already doing so much. I mean, I'm already working 20 hours a day to make the company work and get all the revenue for the company. I can't do all that. So that's the whole reason that I started the group, to get help and support. So if you want, I gave you the link. You can go ahead and sign up there. Everybody else, like I said, everybody else will have to pay $97. But if you guys don't have any other questions, there's a link. If you don't have any other questions, then I'll just see you next time I go live in the group.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.